That would definitely be a good start.
That would be a win, a big win. Does anybody remember what the cheapest pack we've had so far is? Because I do. It was wait.
It's not the standard pack?
It was the one that Scherzer was on the cover, right?
Movers and shakers?
Movers and shakers. Yeah.
Cody Allen, that's not bad. Nice little closer to throw up in your setup roll. Oh, got Jock Peterson. He's only at 83.
You know,
What's his power
I wanted to touch on this, and Peterson is a good example. Sometimes player overalls.
Well, they don't mean nothing in the game.
No,
Honestly.
well, I mean, they do. It's it's a
kinda.
combination of all their attributes. But Peterson is a center fielder. That's his primary position, and his skill set is more suited to be a corner outfielder.
Yeah.
So if he were to have a right field, if his primary would be right field, I think he'd be like an 87.
The Ben Zobrist example.
The Ben
Remember that?
Zobrist.
So Ben Zobrist started the year at 80. Was he 86?
I think 86 or 87.
And then people were like talking about how good he was. They had him in their team. And then a roster update came up, and he went to, what was it, 80,
81.
And people were like, man, yeah, no, I'm pulling him from my squad. And literally none of his attributes changed. He just changed position from second to right field.
And some people were saying, yeah, he's not good enough to be on my team anymore. But it's really the frame. And if you put him in at second base, he'll perform, just as he should.
It's a good point. Overall, everybody talks about them. They're very contentious, but in reality, it's just a metric that helps you measure how good the player is. But really, if you want to see how good he is, you got to look at those individual
attributes.
Because that's going to determine how he performs in the game.
Yeah, forget that overall. Because Lorenzo Cain is a beast at center field.
So the idea here is that you're buying these packs and you're trying to hit it big with Goldie,
Two
Zach Dukes. And another Cain.
Goldie's been performing pretty well this year.
He has. He's helped out my fantasy team quite a bit.
I got a Romo.
Jan Gomes.
Coming back from injury.
At the lower cost of this pack, it potentially would be a good opportunity for you to create feed fodder for your dynasty player. If you already have a collection that's fairly robust. Some of these packs, if you don't hit it big, just feed them to your dude. He gets better.
Nick Vincent.
Any questions, Matt?
Any good ones?
No. Fix the fielding. That's not exactly. Okay, we'll get on that.
Yeah, right. As soon as we get done, I'm gonna go right to my desk and start working on that.
Any progress on the baseball is better shirts, Ramon?
Yeah. There's
Yeah?
progress being made. It's slow progress, but there's progress being made. People still want them by the time we're able to actually sell them.
Play. We'll at least get.
Who's playing?
I don't know.
Who's got the
controller?
stick?
Anybody want to just
Play.
play for fun?
What mode do you guys prefer to play? What about you, Nick? What do you?
Well, I've been playing so I've probably been playing. I played DD heavily to start. My DD team is stacked now because I used my economics knowledge to play the marketplace, which a lot of people are doing out there. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just part of the game. And then Road to the Show. I'm in my 4th year of Road to the Show, playing a second baseman, power hitting second baseman, kind of like a Brian Dozier
Type cat.
But he's a lot better than Brian Dozier at this point. Nothing against Brian Dozier. So about 3 years in, I don't sim. I play every
game.
3 years in.
What about you,
And
Luis?
oh wait, I gotta say, 3 years in, and I've played every single appearance on Legend difficulty, on Dynamic difficulty. Haven't gone down, just saying.
Is that you patting yourself on the back? Was that what we just saw?
It wasn't.
That wasn't? What about you, Luis?
Facts.
Let me just load the latest roster.
Okay.
That's where I'm headed. I started off playing Road to the Show, loaded up my career from last year.
Year to your saves,
saves.
Plug.
And then I moved on to DD once we went live, and I've been hooked on DD ever since. Just been playing the marketplace and collecting cards. Alex?
Yeah, it's kind of the same as Nick. Started off with DD, played that for a couple weeks, then created my Road to the Show pitcher. In my 4th season, just won my first Cy Young, so it's going pretty well.
Hey, we're starting to get some.
Yeah, MLB 16. We can't, won't talk anything about MLB 16 at all. Not even a hint.
Say it. We're in prime time 15 territory here, boys.
15. How you guys liking 15? Hate us, love us.
I don't
What's wrong with the game?
16. So there was a couple questions. One guy said, I saw something about people fouling off 8 to 10 pitches. Is that supposed to happen? That can happen. It happens in real life. It shouldn't be happening a ton, but if you're talking about online, you're probably looking at somebody who's using the contact swing, which that's a good reason to use the contact swing.
Brett, what's up?
Are you gonna play the Astros?
Yeah.
No.
So who else did I see in the stream? I see Millennium.
Right now.
I need to get the White Sox hot here.
Oh, I know somebody's gonna ask. We are working on another patch. Don't know if it'll be our last one. Conventional wisdom says it may be, but you never know. We're always focused on trying to make sure that the game that's out now is supported to the best of our abilities. We fixed the dive issue, which has been a pain in a lot of people's player like and Road to the Show careers, and it has a ton more of online improvements, which we keep trying to improve online in every single patch.
Yeah, buddy.
When is the patch coming out? Don't know. It's in testing at the moment.
Would you guys rather be the briefcase in Forrest Gump or the 3rd strip on Nemo's What Happened? It scrolled off the screen.
That's the question.
Well, I don't know. What was the...
Does secondary position drop fielding or all attribute stat? Yeah, your secondary position, the guy takes a 20% attribute hit across all his fielding attributes. If you play him completely out of position...
20? Did you say 20%?
Yeah.
No, that's not true, is it? I think
No,
it's 5%, I thought.
Somebody change?
For the secondary? Is it 20?
No, secondary is 20.
so.
Oh, dang.
And if he's completely out of position, it's a 70% hit. Thinking about taking that down to
if
0.
you play him out of position, then it's not a secondary. I know that it depends on where you're playing.
Yes, it does depend on.
So, like, for example, if you're playing a third baseman at first base, even though first base is in his secondary position, it's a minimal
It's
hit.
a minimal hit.
But if you try to play him at a skill position, like in the middle somewhere,
Yeah, he's going to take a larger hit. Like you can't...
Retapped it. Bottom comment.
Yeah, thought it was 40%.
No, it's 70.
So
I looked at
it.
it.
Depends. I think so. Like for example, if it depends. I mean,
Yeah,
70
for
is
first
probably
base,
worst
a
case.
first baseman playing like third base, which I want to change. He doesn't take as large of a hit. But if
Not
you take a
70.
center fielder and try to put him at shortstop or second base, that's when you're going to see those crazy hits. Like a shortstop can play second
Go for it, Nick.
or first. Like first is, would you say first is the easiest position to field?
Well, yeah, but if anybody who saw Moneyball, right?
Yeah.
Extremely difficult. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, but we looked at that on what hits
Did you
guys
pick
should
All-Star?
take, so we may tweak that
I'll start.
for 16. Here I am talking about 16, which I said I wasn't going to do.
It's hard.
Wrigley Field update.
Right?
It'll be updated in MLB 16. There we go again, talking about 16, which I said I wasn't going to do.
And did I hear something about the hill in Houston?
Oh,
about
like
that?
in real life? Are
Yeah.
they changing?
Yeah, they're changing
Yeah, they're
that.
getting rid of it.
I know a lot of our graphics guys are going to be happy about that.
So Luis is trying to hit from on a TV that looks like it's about 20 inches. It's about 8 feet away.
You should turn off the pitch.
Oh,
pitch
I probably should. You're right. That's a little bit of a tip.
Just a little bit. It can go.
What's the best way to hit? That would be whichever method you get the most hits and score the most runs on. To each his own.
Totally subjective. I would say it's zone. That's my favorite hitting style.
I like zone as well.
But we're also a lot of people. We've been around for a while, so directional hitting's a really fun way to hit too. I know a lot of people.
Very popular too. Like what, 75% of the people who play the game play with directional. What are you guys' favorite real teams? Well, he's a White Sox fan.
White Sox, bro.
I'm Tampa Bay, San Diego, because I live here.
I'm a Giants fan.
I like the Yankees.
Evil.
Oh, what are our favorite stadiums? I'm sorry, I read that wrong. What's your favorite stadium, Nick?
In real life, it's U.S. Cellular Field. In the game, we got a lot of good stadiums. I don't know. In the game, I like to play. In Houston because I think it's fun to watch the choo-choo train go and the ball goes bye-bye.
Any tips on making stubs, Nick? You were working the market like crazy. That's a question.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people early on was a really good time because when the market kicks off, it's really irregular and hard to figure out where people should be sold. But now it's even out. I would still say if you get knowledgeable with the trends on the marketplace, it's a really good way. Basically, the amount of stubs you're going to make is going to be directly proportionate to the amount of XP you earn. So play the game. Just play the game. The more time you spend playing the game actively, the more stubs you'll earn.
Oh yeah.
Who's got the second controller?
I can.
You can do it.
Oh, we got debug text.
Got debug text.
I didn't even notice it. I'm so used to seeing it at work.
Yeah.
We need a third controller, huh?
Or wait, let me see.
En road to the show, Nick's
Pardon
not
me.
see-through. En road to the show, how do you buy points for your guy to boost his overall? Is it stubs? Well, you can just buy road to the show points with your stubs.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Play the game, get stubs. That's it. All right.
Any Royals fans on your team? Not on our development team, but on the other development team, we have a diehard Royals fan.
I was a Royals fan during the World Series for sure.
Yeah, me too.
That didn't turn out too well for you guys.
Where are we? Looking for game, right? So many things.
So I see, will there be new packs? Yes, there are going to be new packs. We have a new pack this weekend, which we did some pack openings a little bit ago. And there's definitely a lot that we have planned moving forward. We have some really cool stuff coming up.
I just put together the list for the next pack, which we can't.
And I saw somebody make a
can't
comment that we're not updating the Twins. I just saw you boosting some of the Twins guys.
Oh yeah, that was who was it? I think Hughes went down a little bit, but then I can't remember. So I think you guys have been asking for Dozier, Torrey Hunter, maybe, and you know, it's tough. They're performing similarly to how they're performing last year, and we don't want to make too many changes to the player landscape.
You want to tell them about the All-Star break? Universal roster change?
Oh right. So there's gonna be a big update at around the All-Star break. So we've been doing maybe like 50 to 100 players per week, but at the All-Star break it's going to be a wholesale update, similar to what we do in between
years
annual releases.
Everyone.
Miami, Louise.
Oh, I'm teaching.
There's a good one that said, "How did you come up with the name Stubbs?"
Oh, that was a contentious email.
Oh, yeah.
It was me who hated.
I like the other option.
Was it me who
remember?
hated Stubbs? The name?
Probably.
I think it was me who I hated the name Stubbs.
Did you? Well, so originally, internally, it was they were referred to as seeds because
I like that name.
That's right. I hated that even more than Stubbs.
Because we were talking about like sunflower seeds. but a lot of people thought it was lame. So,
It was lame.
Then
It was very lame.
Stubs came in because we were thinking like basically you earn them by playing the game, so they're like ticket stubs, and you could like take your ticket stubs that you earn from playing the game and go exchange them for stuff. And that's basically how it stuck, is that it was just stubs. What were the other ones that were...
We had some bad
some weird
names on
ones,
that
too.
list.
I remember Seeds, and I like that
Seeds. The art for Seeds was kind of...
It's hard to find... The thing that we learned with seeds is that it's very hard to make a sunflower seed recognizable in a singular form.
What?
Meaning like everybody when you think of sunflower seeds typically sees them in piles or in a bag, and when you put one on the screen it just looks weird.
It looks weird.
Kind of
Like
looks like bird crap or something.
the bird crap.
So, yeah. Let's see. There was a couple other good names though. In fact, well, Diamond Dynasty too. Remember when we were first naming Diamond Dynasty?
Can we talk about what the name was?
I think so. I think it was, well, Arena. Is that what you're thinking of?
Right.
Yeah.
Originally, it was called Arena.
I
That
think
was like 3. Well,
That was the
4 or
first year.
5 years
Yeah,
ago.
that was the first year we
when
didn't
it
think
was
about
first in
doing it.
development.
We had some really crappy names that we went through.
Get up.
I think he's got it. I can barely see him from back here, though.
And then
Tiny speck.
Clubhouse. What
Oh
was it?
god, that was
I
terrible.
liked
that.
which one was it? Something about legacy, like was it Diamond
there was,
Legacy maybe, or
Wait a minute. There was one that had the word 9 in it.
Those 100,000.
Starting 9.
starting?
I'm
nine?
sorry, man. I'm not a good better, I guess. He's joking. 100,000 subs. You didn't get it? I swore I told him to give you 100,000 subs.
Is there a reason
maybe
you
I
are
did.
ignoring every question about adding new cards? Is there questions about adding new cards? I haven't seen any. If the question is, are we adding new cards, then the answer is we have
Well,
been
yeah.
adding new cards. We add new cards every week.
Every week. If you mean cards of existing players, then
Like new versions of them,
right.
then not.
And that's a no.
Will there ever be a system for us to recycle really, really common cards? Feed them to your DD player. Then your DD player gets 99. You're like,
Yeah,
well, what do I
that's
do
the
with
best
them?
way to
Yeah, that's the best
recycle
way
them.
is to feed them.
Other than that,
Any tips on robbing a home run? Well, if you get the rob home run indicator, you want to jump at the last circle.
That's gone.
That's gone. Like you can't rob this because
That was
that's
that was a contact swing, but of course
Really?
it's Chris Carter.
yeah, he's got
yeah.
power. For
Remember we
days.
were listening to his home run crack the other day?
Yeah, and for the person on there that asked why he was in the pack, I think that was a good example.
He has, I think, the loudest crack of the bat I've ever heard. Maybe I think the echo of the stadium had something to do with it, but he's got some power.
Yeah, no, don't touch that question. Right? Don't touch it.
I mean, we already talked. I already answered that question in the pre-streams. And before we even started the year, when people asked if we would be adding more legends in years to come, I said we would try. We would most definitely try. We didn't expect to make it a one-off year into the implementation thing.
Now the 1-1 to Ramirez.
Yeah.
That's popped up out towards short right field.
You already answered that.
Under it is Altuve, and he's got it for the first down. Tyler Flowers will get his first cut here. Bases are empty, one man out. Here's the 1-1.
Get him.
Come on, Nick.
You want to take some
Singing a
cuts?
junk.
Really got under this one.
That wasn't junk. You thought that was
Your
junk?
swing turned out to be junk.
I'm
Maybe-
so gotta get it.
Maybe the TV is in game mode, or is it not?
It's
in
not
game
in
mode?
game mode. Yeah. I'm looking
Yeah,
at it.
maybe we haven't been in here in a while.
1-1.
And see, those things kind of changed suddenly. I was playing at home.
Oh! Wow, he made that close. Looked at the ball.
I was playing at home the other day, and I was sucking, and I was sure I had game mode on, but then for some reason, I guess settings got reset.
Nice.
When do you think pitches will be updated on pitchers? Aaron Sanchez has a sinker in real life, but not in game. Did he start throwing that this year, or is that a pitch he's always had?
We look at their repertoire when we make updates. So, and you've probably seen it. One guy that just got a bump in his fastball velocity was Jake DeGrom from the Mets. So whenever we're updating pitchers, we look at the repertoire and make the necessary adjustments. So Aaron Sanchez, I'll keep him in mind.
So it's back to the top of the order now.
Yeah, we can
Riding
do
in
that.
the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. Pops this one up. Just
that's gonna
beyond
be
the
bad.
infield on the right side.
Go ahead and field that, right fielder.
MLB 16. Can't touch that. Wish we could talk about 16.
Yeah. There's a
Wish
lot
we
of
could.
stuff.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
stuff to
stuff.
talk
of
about.
cool stuff.
Adam Eaton will stand in. He singled to lead off the home first. Now
It's
the
all
1-2.
dreams, though.
It's all
hopes and
dreams,
dreams
yeah.
right
It's
now.
all
That's one of the
pre-production
reasons
and
why we
designs on
can't talk about
paper.
it.
Leaves him muttering to himself.
We gotta make our dreams a reality.
Are you going to put the people who just got drafted into the minors? Well, we legally cannot, because those guys are not a part of the MLB Players Association, which means they can't be a part of the game. So how does a player become part of the MLB Players Association?
He just appears in a major league game. As soon as he has his first appearance, then we submit the paperwork, and then we just get, we either get approval immediately or it lags for a little bit. I think Lance McCullers, the Astro pitcher, he's been lagging a little bit.
Yeah, and it has to happen before Thursday. Thursday's our roster cutoff. If we can't get everything done before Thursday, he's not going to be in the next Monday's roster update. I know a lot of people get confused on that. Millennium said we should start calling Luis the rosters off. We probably should, because you are the rosters are
lunch
now.
boss.
You and Lauren. Yeah,
Well,
you and
I mean,
Lauren.
just so you know the kind of roles. Lauren does all the adds all the new players, does all the new heads. He does all the transactions, and he does some attribute updates too. But I focus on the attribute updates every week. So whenever you're complaining about those attributes, I'm reading them, and
He might be personal.
Yeah.
and I might get offended.
Every Monday, it seems like, well, most Mondays I would say, I'm looking at a forum somewhere too, and